Namaskar and welcome back to Roohani JustuJu, a heartfelt journey into the divine presence of Guruji through the live experiences of his devotees. In today's 18th episode, we're joined by someone whose love for Guruji is pure and powerful. As we get together today, we invite you to listen not just with your ears, but with your soul, because in every interaction shared with love, Guruji reveals another shade of his Leela. So Guruji का नाम लेकर let's begin this episode, जहां हर अनुभव एक अरदास है, हर जिक्र एक शुक्राना है. Welcome, our respected Kuki auntie.
Jai Guruji, Aarti.
How are you, auntie?
I'm very well, Ji. All Guruji's kripa. So, Sadar Pranam to our Guruji and to all his pyari Sangat. Lots of love and lots of Guruji's blessings always.
Thank you, auntie, for joining us today. And there is just so much to talk about. And I feel like, these conversations, especially for me, are the most fulfilling because they revolve around Guruji. So I could not have asked for anything better than this. So I think the first thing I want to ask of you is, in your long journey with Guruji, and I know that you're an avid Shiv Puran reader as well, and we'll get to all of that as it comes up organically. But has there been a moment where you felt like our Guru taught us something or imparted wisdom upon us through a silent lesson without saying a word?
Absolutely, Aarti. Today I want to share something which I've never spoken about earlier.
Love it.
My journey with Guruji, I was told in this lifetime began in the early 90s. Though in the physical form, I met Guruji in 99. But, there were a lot of things that happened during that time.
Ji.
And I thought, when I speculate and when I go back to those times, I realized that they were all learning lessons for us.
Ji.
Because I would say Guruji was grooming me to be at his, at his Charan Sharan. So I just want to say a few things. Like in the early 90s, I remember, when we were with our work. So we got introduced to somebody, like a business partner, and, got to know that he was a great Shiv Bhakt. And I've never been into Shiv Bhakti all my life because I come from a Sikh family.
Ji.
And would always go to Gurdwaras, right? So I still remember the day I went, to his factory, and there was a huge statue of Lord Shiva there. And so that was the first thing that happened in the early 90s. And then after that, I remember, when we started working, I started going to Empire Estate with my husband because, we were working with this American designer who subsequently came to Guruji, Sandy Starkman.
Yes, I met him.
Yeah.
Many times.
Yeah.
There
So
and here.
yeah, absolutely. So 91, we used to go to Empire Estate because he used to live there at the farm. And we did a lot of work with him for a couple of years. And then, of course, I saw him. I met him at, and I was just talking to Guruji about him when suddenly I saw Menka Gandhi walking in with him. And I was really surprised. And I told Guruji, I kept nudging Guruji and I kept saying, Guruji, oh, we worked with him. So this was another very amazing thing that happened. And then I'll tell you, how Guruji tried to bring us closer to him. I remember we used to be a lot into meditations. And we had a spiritual group. So we used to do a lot of meditations and read a lot of spiritual matter. And then we would all sit together and discuss. So I remember after that, my sister and me, we joined this particular course called Cryon. You may have
Mhm.
heard of it.
Yes.
And they were telling us how we could get that they're all magnetic fields around us and how we can derive our energy from them. So, like we walk in the fields or there's the plants and we talk to them and we help them grow.
Ji.
So all that, it was a nice long course, I remember. And by the end of it, something really beautiful happened. They asked us to practice canceling our negative thoughts every day for 40 days.
Wow.
So, it became a practice. Because when
Mhm.
we started doing that, we realized that all we could think was, whatever was coming in our mind at that time was negative, nothing positive. So we kept canceling those thoughts. So by the end of it, you know, I realized that, I felt absolutely light and hollow in my head because there was no thought coming,
Wow.
and whatever one was thinking was positive. So that helped a lot in my journey with Guruji subsequently, you see.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And after that, I remember went to went through another learning process where we did a lot of breathing exercises,
Mm.
fast and slow breathing. And
Mm.
I still remember, all the toxins of the body came out with that.
Wow.
And I had some beautiful experiences of out of body experiences, at that point of time. And
Amazing.
subsequently, the next place I went to was Sai Mandir.
Acha.
And I think for a year and a half, I was at the Sai Mandir, and it was so magnetic
Mm.
because I would feel Baba sitting there.
Ji.
And then the telepathy started during that time. I
Mm-hmm.
remember sitting there and talking to Baba. And my last conversation with him was, Baba, I want to see you in beautiful attire, beautiful robes, and I want to make them for you. And
Wow.
Aarti, the surprising bit is that when I came eventually to Guruji in 99, my first seva that Guruji gave me were his cholas. So,
Amazing.
what I realized? That
Auntie.
all these things were stepping stones. And
Bilkul.
Baba sent me to Guruji because whatever I asked of him was realized at Guruji's darbar.
Mm-hmm.
So there was no looking back. Like often people say that, we feel bad not going back to the mandir, Sai Mandir, but that thought never came in my mind again because
Yeah.
I thought that, this is the ultimate and there is no one beyond Guruji.
That
So
is
all
true.
these things happened in the 90s, and that was the best phase of my life when nothing, there was so much contentment.
Mm.
There were no wants, nothing was needed by the time we came to Guruji. So that is
Amazing.
how my journey started with him, and a lot of
And
learning
it's so
happened.
similar, Auntie, what you're sharing is actually it's uncanny and it's given me goosebumps because
Yeah.
uh, personally,
Yes.
I was 13 in 93 and I used to go every day. We were in Lodi Estate and I used to walk to Sai Baba temple on Lodi Road every single day. I used
Okay.
to read the Sai Chalisa. Imagine as a 13-year-old because I didn't
Mm-hmm.
see anything beyond Baba. And
Yeah.
the very fact that you said that that was being used as something to pave our journey to get us to our ultimate destination, and I don't remember whether it
Absolutely.
was 98 or
Absolutely.
99 when we
Yeah.
came face to face with Guruji.
Yeah.
I had an absolute similar story. So,
Mm. Yeah, really.
like we rightly say, no coincidences here, and Guruji is the master
Absolutely.
planner.
Absolutely. He's the ultimate.
He,
Nothing
he
beyond him. Nothing beyond him.
I agree. I agree. So,
So,
in all these years, Auntie, how has your understanding of bhakti kind of evolved over time uh, through your journey with Guruji?
Like I said, that I thought I would share these experiences at a later time. But I think, how all these things evolved and how they
Right.
started when I went to Guruji's Mandir. It's
Right.
amazing that none of my family knew what I was doing with Guruji, what was my interaction with Guruji
Mhm.
during those years, when he was there in his physical form. Because somehow, see, whatever else he was doing, there are a lot of satsangs of Guruji. Every day was a satsang with him, as we all know, even today. There is no day when we don't experience something with him.
Mhm.
But I'll tell you one thing. I don't know who put this thought in my mind, but
Ji.
from the very first day that I went and I sat with him, one thing is there that whatever we imbibe, a lot of learning comes from our parents. And
Ji.
my mother, like you say, as a kid, she
Yeah.
always used to say one thing: never ask, always do shukrana, be content with what is being
Right.
given to you. So that was our thought process all through. So when I came to Guruji, I still remember, initially sitting there and sitting in dhyan,
Ji.
because I don't think there was even one day when I sat there with my eyes open.
Ji.
And, I still remember the very first day, uh, Guruji made me sit on the front and
Ji.
he started showing me his Shiv Roop. I knew very little about Lord Shiva at that time. So I saw Guruji's face and Shivji's body, and he started dancing
Mm.
like, he was doing the tandav. But it was like an Anand tandav. His face was so serene, you know, and he just kept jumping. And I kept thinking, I said, why is Guruji doing this? Lord Shiva does this tandav.
Wow.
And I could never imagine, that Guruji was Mahashiv at that time. Though that was the first day that he showed me his Shiv Roop. And I still remember when I left, I talk about my journey with him from the 90s.
Mhm.
But I remember the very first day Guruji tells me, firstly, he just changed my name to Kuki. And I just
Okay.
thought, I said, he seems to be confused. That's
Mm.
not my name. Why is he calling me Cookie Auntie?
Mm.
But then, of course, there was no way that I could ask him anything. And then when I was leaving, he told me, he said, Tere naal mere bade purane janma de rishte ne, Guruji said.
Wow.
And,
Wow.
when I left from there was so much of peace. I
Mm.
thought he'd just put a hand on me, on my head. And when I came home, I still remember my husband is telling me, why do you want to go to Live Guru? Though his sister had taken me there.
Mm.
And he said, you love going to the Gurdwara, you love listening to Shabad Kirtan. Then
Mm.
what is the purpose? I said, please
Mm.
don't ever stop me from going here because
Mm.
I'm at peace. I don't
Mm.
know what has happened in that darbar, but I
Mm.
will never stop going. So, see, this is Guruji's, what should I say, that attraction, that
Yeah,
love.
it's Guruji's
So
bakshish
whatever
upon your
warmth,
soul that
whatever
he's
he had
calling
to,
you.
yes, his blessing on the
Yeah.
very first day.
Yes.
And there was no asking at all. And I still remember then I would sit there and I would, keep saying, I don't want anything. Guruji, I don't want anything. Shukrana, aapka bahut bahut shukrana. And then I remember someone telling me, never say that you don't want anything, you know, because we all seek blessings. So then I started praying to him and I started saying, Guruji, apne charan sharan mein rakho. I don't want anything else from me. I just want these blessings. And
Right.
पूरे universe को bless करो. I don't know, this thought has been with me from the beginning. I've never asked for myself. I
Mm.
always want that the whole universe should be blessed. लोगों की
Sarvat
कष्ट
Abhay.
कटे. And
Yeah.
I remember one day sitting with him, and I said two things to Guruji at that time.
Mm.
One was, I said, Guruji, because you know what used to happen if you remember?
Ji.
We would do a lot of satsangs of Guruji. I always used to call him a Mahapurukh. You know
Mm.
why? Because Guru Nanak Dev Ji also was called a Mahapurukh. So I would always equate him to Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And I would always say he's a very big Mahapurukh,
Mm.
Guruji. And I would always ask people to come and take his blessings, but no one
Mm.
used to come. I remember one day sitting with him and doing his seva in Empire State. So suddenly out of the blue, I just told Guruji, I said, Guruji, जब महापुरुष आते हैं ना, कोई
Mm.
उनकी कदर नहीं करता है,
Mm.
पर जब वो चले जाते हैं, तो भीड़ लग जाती है. This is what I
Wow.
said. He kept
Yeah.
listening to me. Okay, he
Yeah.
didn't say anything. He just kept listening to me. And then another thing I told him was, I said, Guruji, सबको खूब खुशियां दो.
Mm.
आप खुशियां दोगे तभी वो आगे बांटेंगे ना.
Mm.
See, at that time, I never realized Guruji's blessings are with everyone, each and every Sangat. But the time and the space is with him.
Mm.
He knows when to bless whom. And so these are a few things I remember that day, he was healing me and he kept telling me, I've given you a new life. And I
Wow.
didn't know what he was doing to me because I never felt that there was anything in my body which was wrong. But that time must be very bad. The guru knows, you know. And then he asked me to get pan ka patta also.
Mm.
So all these things kept happening. But from the very first day, Aarti, I must share this with you.
Mm.
I don't know, for many years, Guruji did not let me share my spiritual experiences with anyone.
Wow.
Not even my family. Nobody knew
So
about
did
it.
he specifically tell you not to, or how did you interpret that?
Yeah, I was waiting for him because,
Mm.
see, initially I never shared any satsang of mine. And I
Yeah.
knew that Guruji, even when the light of divinity, when he was asking people
Mm.
to give their experiences. So Guruji said one thing to me, you know. Uh, Now, if I share my spiritual experiences first, then I'll tell you what he said to me.
Mm.
I would sit there
Mm.
and my eyes used to be shut. I never liked sitting in the front like the others. I always wanted a very secluded corner for myself, but a place from where that arch is in Empire State.
Ji, ji,
So,
ji.
when I would sit in that corner, anytime I would open my eyes, I could see Guruji sitting on his gadi,
Right, right,
right?
right.
So
Yeah.
most of the times I was in dhyan.
Mm.
So when I used to be in dhyan, my telepathy with him would be internal. I would
Mm.
see Guruji, I would talk to him, and you know what I would ask of him?
Mm.
I would always say, Guruji, आप मेरा एक एक body का cell purify करो. I would
Mm.
say, I
Wow.
want to, I want you to purify each and every cell of my body. Guruji, you reside within. I want purity.
Mm.
And then I remember I would tell him, Guruji, because when I would open my eyes, a lot of energy used to come from him. And I would tell him, Guruji, uh, I want to heal myself with your light. So I would open my eyes, I would see a white light coming from him, from his forehead, coming straight to me, and I would visualize that I'm lying down and I'm healing each and every part of my body. So that
Wow.
was the second thing. And then the most important thing, I would tell him, Guruji, I'm not interested in anything here. I don't want anything. I want to, you take me up there. I want to be in that other world. I want to see what is there. So at times, he would hold my finger. I would
Mm.
turn a small child and he would make me walk up and into a lot of green. And then, Aarti, I would focus on my forehead in the
Mm-hmm.
center. And, I would see a myriad of colors, a myriad of colors.
Wow.
And then Guruji would tell me, there used to be violet, there used to be deep blue, sky blue, there used to be reds. And Guruji would tell me, you heal yourself with the violet. Violet is the color of healing. And then I would see tunnels. He would take me through the tunnels very fast, speed of lightning. I would go through the tunnels and emerge into a bright white light,
Oh
which
my
at
God.
that time I never understood. But I
Mm-hmm.
tell you, this happened each and every day of my existence with Guruji in the Darbar because nothing else happened. I was not interested in any other experience. I just wanted these kind of experiences. It is only now that I realize when I sit back and I think
Hmm.
that how was I experienced? You see, after Guruji's Mahasamadhi, I've never had these, I mean, I've never had the experiences of going through tunnels. But
Right.
yes, I do focus here on my forehead. I do see the lights. I do heal myself. All that is there. But now things have changed a lot. Now
Yes.
Guruji directly takes me up there, which I'll share with you later. So
Anji.
these are the kind of things, my experiences with Guruji, and then how he, like I said, now these are not experiences that people would understand, you know. A lot of times, even at that time, what would he ask me to say, share? Because I don't think these are things which everyone would understand. Maybe people would think that she just talks through her head, you know. But my guru knows what I used to do, and he authenticated it one day. I still remember Empire Estate. Guruji would often sit on the sideboard.
Hmm.
And a lot of times I would be by his side doing his seva,
Mm-hmm.
haath dabati thi.
I remember
And
seeing you there, Auntie. Mm-hmm.
Hanji, I would be standing there. A lot of times he would make me stand there.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I remember some discussion was on. I still remember Rama Pilot Auntie was there.
Yep.
And she was talking to Guruji about, about someone,
Mm-hmm.
marriage not turning into a divorce. It's
Mm-hmm.
not been 2 months and Guruji, this has happened. And that was the year when a lot of weddings took place in Delhi,
Mm-hmm.
right? So Guruji, just uh, turned his face.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the left hand side, she was that side. He
Mm-hmm.
just turns, looks at me, and says, "All love marriages divorce," Guruji said. Incidentally, he'd got my daughter married also. And when he said that to me, so I said, "Guruji, what are you saying?
Mm-hmm.
You only got her married?" And he just kept nodding his head.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly, can you believe,
Mm-hmm.
I realized that even my own marriage was a love marriage. So I told him, I said, "Guruji, you know how many years I've spent?
Mm-hmm.
I've also had a love marriage."
Mm-hmm.
Then he came out with something. I've never shared this earlier, Aarti. But just to authenticate whatever I talk about my spiritual experiences,
Mm-hmm.
so Guruji said to me, "तू अपने आप ਨੂੰ ਬਾਕੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਿਉਂ compare ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ?" He told
Mm-hmm.
me. And then in chaste English, he said, "You are a spiritual lady." So that was it. I just thought to myself, I said, I've never thought myself to be different from anyone else. I
Mm-hmm.
thought Guruji here used to say I do a lot of cleansing of everyone. Like he's done mine, he must be doing with others also. But that was like a stamp that he put, that
Mm-hmm.
maybe I was not wrong in, asking him for whatever I was going through and whatever was happening in my life. So there was a lot of peace, lot of blessing. I mean, it's difficult to even describe the
Oh,
moments
I
that
understand.
I've been
Mind blowing,
spent
Auntie.
with him. It's very difficult to describe
I
all
agree.
the kripas and what all blessings he's given to all of us, really.
That is so true.
And
But,
another thing I will share, see,
G.
now coming to my name, Kuki
Mm.
Auntie, he would call
Yeah.
me. For 2 years, this thing kept, I kept thinking, I'm going to ask Guruji that,
Mm.
Guruji, why don't you call me by my actual name?
Right.
So one day in the Bada Mandir, I was with Guruji. Of course, he knows, I spent a lot of time with Guruji, you know, and his kripa and grace always. And I was standing with him in the porch in the Bada Mandir, and I just asked him, I said, Guruji, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਦੇ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ. So Aarti, he tells me, Jal das tera ki na hai? And I said, Guruji, Anita. After a minute, he looks at me and he says, no. He says, Amrit, pure soul, he tells me. And later I realized, I said, what have I been asking Guruji? Guruji, please purify the cells in my body. See, whatever is our quest, right? We will get what we ask for, correct?
Yes.
This is the way. So later, many years passed. It was only after COVID that Guruji allowed me to share this. Why? Because I think he was asking everyone to do a lot of part, to read the Shiv Puran and all that. So maybe he wanted spiritual elevation of people, that just move up. Life, you don't know. You know, what is your life and how long you're going to be here. Correct. So the main connect has to be with him in that form of the spirit, you know, to connect with him in the soul form. So that's how it is.
Incredible, Auntie. This is like Amrit for my ears. But I do want to ask you couple other questions, especially, and I'll mix it up in Hindi because I know our listeners into Hindi as well. तो जैसे संगत बहुत नहीं जुड़ रही है, right? And in fact, हम ये भी कहते हैं कि संगत जोड़ना भी एक सेवा है.
बिल्कुल,
अगर आंटी आपको डिस्क्राइब करना पड़े गुरुजी के बारे टू somebody जिसने कभी गुरुजी के बारे में सुना भी ना हो, तो आप वो कैसे करोगे? और तो दूसरा एस्पेक्ट इस सवाल का ये है कि you know, we've seen Sangat grow a lot, leaps and bounds, right? So, what advice would you give to somebody who's just beginning their journey with Guruji?
Aarti, I'll share something with you which happened today with me. I got a call from a Sangat, what you are asking. Nai Sangat hai. Nai Sangat means 2016 में जुड़ी है. And you see, I always say that this terminology was used by Guruji when he was there in the year 2005. जब संगत बढ़नी शुरू हुई, तो मुझे याद है 2005 में गुरुजी ने पुरानी संगत को कहना शुरू करा कि आप ऊपर के वाले फ्लोर पे बैठो, नीचे जगह नहीं है. रिमेंबर? सो हमारे को, आई नो, मैं तो बहुत ढीठ होती थी, मैं तो गुरुजी के साथ ही चिपक के बैठती थी. बट हाँ, really, I'm telling you, my eyes used to be shut. I would never open my eyes so that Guruji wouldn't tell me कि ऊपर जा, you know. So anyway, very gracious of him that he never. So I know that, you know, there is no Purani or Nayi. I would say, जैसे आज भी मुझे किसी का फोन आया, and वो उसने मेरे को 21 में कॉल किया था with a lot of his issues and problems. Correct? हम कहते हैं, देखो, I only say, मैं एक ही चीज बोलती हूँ सारी संगत को. गुरु जी ने अपनी ब्लेसिंग्स जो उनके दरबार में आ गया, सबको देनी है, सबको देनी. करेक्ट? एंड वो कहते थे ना, आप जैसे मेरे दरबार में एंटर करते हो, मैं आपको स्कैन करता हूँ. तो मुझे याद है, मुझे गुरु जी ने एक दिन कहा, मैं ना चुटकियां कुछ भी कर सकता, पर लोकां दे करम किथे जाणगे. So the most important thing is our karmas. आज अगर हम ये सोचते हैं, मैं तो यही बोलती हूँ सबको, you know, काफी पुरानी संगत भी है जो who are in two minds. And मुझे ये बोलते हैं, आंटी ऐसा क्यों हुआ, गुरुजी ने ऐसा क्यों किया. अब मुझे एक बात बताओ, अगर गुरुजी ने एक चीज कही, हम सबको कही, है ना. गुरुजी बहुत, मैंने सुना है, संगत कहती है, पहले तो इतनी संगत नहीं होती थी, अब इतनी संगत होती है आंटी, अब तो टाइम बदल गया। क्या बदल गया? क्या हमारे ग्रंथ बदल गए? क्या हमारी गुरबाणी बदल गई? क्या हमारे गुरु के वचन बदल गए? कुछ नहीं बदला। जो हमको गुरु जी ने, हम तो विटनेस है ना, जो कुछ हमको गुरु जी ने उस समय दिखाया, हम उसी को फॉलो करते हैं। और मैं एक चीज कहती हूँ ऑलवेज, कि गुरु जी को एकदम के साथ एकदम सीधा चलो। गुरु जी कहते थे ना, अपना माइंड यूज नहीं करो। और जैसे मैं कहती हूँ, हमारी ग्रूमिंग गुरु जी ने करी, माइंड खाली कर दिया, कुछ सोच ही नहीं आती है। आप किसी का बुरा नहीं सोचते, आप किसी के बारे में ये नहीं सोचते कि उसने ये क्यों कर दिया। इसी ये जो विकार है ना हमारे, सबसे पहले तो हमारे को वो अवेयरनेस आनी चाहिए कि हमने अपने विकार खत्म करने हैं, हमने अपने ऊपर वर्क करना है। हाउ कैन वी ब्लेम गुरु जी? गुरु जी तो सबका भला करेंगे, वो तो भला करने आए। उन्होंने तो वो भी बोला, मैं तो उनको कहती थी, हम देखते थे ना गुरु जी अपने ऊपर इतना कष्ट लेते थे।
जी।
आए पता नहीं कितनी बार मैंने गुरु जी को कहा, गुरु जी तुसी क्यों करते हो? वी कुडंट सी हिम लाइक दैट, यू नो। कभी उन्हें कहना सिर मल दे, कभी कहना पेट मल दे, बहुत गुरु ने अपने ऊपर लिया। आई टेल, हमने क्या शुक्राने करे? हमने तो कुछ भी नहीं किया उनके लिए।
कुछ नहीं किया।
सो सी, द क्वेश्चन इज कि अगर गुरु हमारे लिए इतना कर सकता है, हम इतना नहीं कर सकते कि जो वो बोल के गए उसको फॉलो करें? और मैं एक चीज बताऊं, ये मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है ओवर द इयर्स, कभी अपने माइंड को डोलने नहीं दो, सीधा चलो। अगर हम उनके वचन, अपने कर्म सीधे रखेंगे, जैसे गुरुजी ने एक संगत को बोला, अपनी डोर मेरे हाथ में दो, मैं सीधा चलाऊंगा। व्हाई कांट वी डू दैट? करने वाले तो वही है ना, हम क्या कर सकते हैं? अगर देखो, हमारा गुरु कुछ नहीं कर सकता, कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता। ही इज द ओनली वन इन द यूनिवर्स टुडे, जो कुछ, यू नो, जो सब कुछ कर सकते हैं। ही इज द अल्टीमेट। इनके ऊपर तो कुछ है ही नहीं। हम अपना टाइम क्यों बर्बाद कर रहे हैं सोचने में कि गुरुजी आपने ये क्यों नहीं किया? अरे अपने को इम्प्रूव करो, अपने में अवेयरनेस ना हो। ये हमारे कर्म हैं जिसके कारण हम भोग रहे हैं। गुरु क्यों करेगा बुरा किसी का? आज भी मेरे साथ जिसने बात करी, वो कहता है आंटी मैं बहुत घबरा जाता हूँ जब मेरे काम नहीं होते। मैंने कहा क्यों घबराते हो? आपको आपको अपने गुरु पे विश्वास नहीं है क्या? आपको सबसे जरूरी चीज ये है, अपने गुरु पे विश्वास रखो। अपना सब कुछ अपने गुरु को दो, सब कुछ। जस्ट लीव योर सेल्फ टू हिम।
Yes,
सब
absolutely.
कुछ वही करेंगे, सब कुछ गुरु जी करेंगे। और मैं तो सारी जितनी संगत है, whenever, you know, even in the satsangs or whatever, I only say one thing, कि जो गुरु जी हमारे को दिखा के गए हैं, अगर आपको ब्लेसिंग चाहिए, उनके शब्द कीर्तन वो ही बजाओ जो वो ब्लेस करके गए हैं। You know, lot of things he said to me. I'll share another thing that जो मुझे गुरु जी ने बोली 2005 में, जब संगत बढ़ गई, तो गुरुजी जब कहने लगे सबको कि आप एक हफ्ते में आओ, 15 दिन में आओ, महीने में आओ, तो मैंने गुरुजी को बोला, मैंने कहा गुरुजी मैं तो जरूर आऊंगी रोज। रोज जाते थे गुरुजी के पास, जितने सालों से जा, एवरी डे हम गुरुजी के साथ होते थे। मैंने कहा गुरुजी कैसे रह सकते हैं आपके बिना? मैं तो रोज आऊंगी। तो मैंने उनको एक चीज बोली, मैंने कहा आपने इतना बड़ा मंदिर बनाया है, आप वहां बैठो ना, सारी संगत वहां पर पूरी आ जाएगी। यू नो व्हाट ही सेड टू मी? मुझे कहते हैं वो मंदिर मैंने सिर्फ फंक्शंस के लिए बनाया है। ही सेड, मैं सिर्फ फंक्शंस वास्ते वो मंदिर बनाया है, संगत उत्थे नहीं बैठेगी। असी हॉल बनावांगे, संगत उत्थे बैठेगी। नाउ यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई ही सेड दैट। क्योंकि उस मंदिर के अंदर जो ज्योतिर्लिंग की शक्ति गुरुजी ने डाली है, जहां वो शिवलिंग है, अगर हम उस एनर्जी को ही डिसिपेट कर देंगे, यू नो, वहां पर हर किस्म की संगत जाती है। He didn't wish this at all, but can't we just go there? माथा टेकें, थोड़ी
हम्म,
देर बैठे और आगे निकले।
हम्म,
आई डोंट नो कि व्हाई कांट वी जस्ट डू जो गुरु जी चाहते हैं।
हम्म,
अगर हमारे को गुरु की ब्लेसिंग्स चाहिए आरती टुडे,
हम्म,
वी हैव टू टो हिज लाइन। आई ओनली नो दिस। और मैंने बहुत चीजें अपने सामने होती हुई देखी हैं। जब मंदिर के अंदर लोग इधर उधर, ये तो सबके अपने कर्म है। आई
बिल्कुल।
डोंट स्पीक अबाउट एनीबडी एनीथिंग।
करेक्ट,
हर एक का
करेक्ट,
कर्म अपना है। पर ये है
बिल्कुल।
पर ये है कि गुरु जो हमारे को दिखा के गए हैं, जो रास्ता दिखा के गए हैं, वो सद्बुद्धि तो हमारे अंदर होनी चाहिए ना फॉलो करने के लिए। तो जितनी भी संगत आ रही है अब, उनको तो बहुत 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 ब्लेसिंग्स हैं गुरु जी की।
हम्म,
जैसे किसी ने मुझे कहा, हमारे छोटे छोटे काम तो आंटी हो जाते हैं, बड़े काम नहीं होते हैं, हम घबरा जाते हैं। अब जहां आप घबराए, तो आपका तो गुरु के ऊपर से विश्वास टूटा ना। क्यों
हम्म,
टूटा? यही तो विश्वास बना के रखना है। सो
बिल्कुल।
हम, आई डोंट नो, आई ऑलवेज फील कि गुरु ने सबको ब्लेसिंग देनी है। बट हमने भी तो अपने आप को गुरु जी पे, सी सरेंडर इज अ वेरी बिग वर्ड।
इट
आई
इज।
विल नेवर से, मैं ये
हम्म,
जरूर कहती हूँ कि मैं उनके चरण शरण में ऑल द टाइम आई प्रे टू हिम कि गुरु जी उधर ही रखना। बट ये है, अब ये गुरु जानता है, दिस इज अ बॉन्ड बिटवीन हिम एंड मी। एंड जैसे हम सबका है, वी ऑल हैव आवर ओन कनेक्शंस विद गुरु जी।
हम्म,
सो द स्ट्रोंगर वी मेक देम। जैसे एक दिन मुझे उन्होंने बोला, वी वर, आई वाज विद हिम एंड उन्होंने किसी संगत को ब्लेसिंग दी थी, ब्लेस द कपल विद द सन। एंड
हम्म,
प्रॉब्ली वो गुरुजी के मंदिर दोबारा नहीं आए उनको शुक्राना करने। तो
हम्म,
एक संगत हमारे साथ बैठी थी गाड़ी में, उन्होंने गुरुजी को बोला कि गुरुजी देखो तुसी ब्लेस कीता सी, पर वो
हम्म,
संगत ते आई नहीं थानू शुक्राना
हम्म,
करन वास्ते। तो यू नो व्हाट गुरुजी सेड? ही सेड, मैं कुछ लैन थोड़ी आया, मैं ते देन आया।
हम्म,
मैनू मन्नो ते मैनू प्यार दवो। सो
हम्म,
दीज आर द ओनली टू थिंग्स जो हमारे गुरुजी मांगते हैं। उनको मानो, और मानो सच्चे दिल से मानो।
हम्म,
हम जो भी है, हमारे भाव भी तो वही होने चाहिए ना। हम जो भी अपने गुरुजी के लिए, हमारे अंदर से वो चीज निकलनी चाहिए। यू नो इवन इफ वी आर न्यू संगत, हम जा रहे हैं, इवन द संगत नोज हाउ मच दे आर बीइंग ब्लेस्ड, तो कांट दे गिव हिम लव? बोलने को तो सब बोलते हैं हम अपने गुरुजी को बहुत प्यार करते हैं, पर कितने लोग उनके राह पे चलते हैं? दैट इज एन इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग। और वो राह पे चलने का मतलब है दैट ही वांटेड ऑल हिज संगत टू बी गुड ह्यूमन बीइंग्स। करेक्ट? और हम लोग अगर एवरी डे दैट अवेयरनेस इज देयर हमारे अंदर, अगर ये सोच आ जाए कि कोई द्वेष नहीं,
हम्म,
किसी के बारे में नहीं बोलना, सब
राइट।
अपनी जर्नी में हैं, सब अपनी जर्नी पे चल रहे हैं, एवरीवन को हर एक को ब्लेसिंग मिलेगी मिलेगी गुरु जी से। कोई ऐसा नहीं है जिसको नहीं मिलेगी, पर कर्मों के हिसाब से। व्हेन द टाइम कम्स राइट, आप अपने कर्म तो ठीक करके देखो, फिर देखो कैसे ब्लेसिंग्स गुरु जी की आती हैं आपके ऊपर।
पर
सो
उसके लिए भी आंटी आई फील गुरु गुरु की जब तक मेहर की नजर नजर आप पर नहीं पड़ेगी ना, आप क्या शुक्राना करोगे? आप क्या
नहीं
विश्वास
नहीं
करोगे? आप
नहीं
आप
नहीं,
आप
लिसन टू
यू नो।
मी। हम जाते हैं गुरुजी को टेस्ट करने के लिए। अगर
हम्म,
गुरुजी हमारा ये हो जाएगा, हम ये कर दें, व्हाई आर यू टेस्टिंग हिम?
बिकॉज
अगर आप
हमारी
ये
अकल ही
सोचते
उतनी
हैं,
दी है ना गुरुजी ने।
उतनी अक्ल है ना, बात तो
हाँ।
यही है। एक
या
तरफ हम कहते हैं ही महाशिव,
या
और हम ये भी जानते हैं उनके ऊपर कोई है नहीं। अगर हम ये भी जानते हैं कि उनके ऊपर कुछ है नहीं, ही इज द अल्टीमेट,
या
करेक्ट, देन व्हाई आर वी टेस्टिंग हिम? व्हाट इज द नीड? वो तो
किसी
सब
के
कुछ
लिए हमारे
जानते हैं।
मन में बुरा ना हो आंटी, उसके लिए अपने
हाँ
मन को निर्मल बनाना पड़ता है, और वो निर्मल तब
हाँ,
तक नहीं बनेगा जब तक गुरु की कृपा आपके सोल पे नहीं होएगी। आप उसी
देखो
में
वो भी तुम्हारी,
भाव द्वेष में पड़े रहोगे।
नहीं सुनो मेरी बात।
हाँ
मैं
जी।
एक चीज जानती हूँ, अगर
हम्म,
मैंने गुरु से एक चीज मांगी, उन्होंने दी ना,
हम्म,
वेदर इट वाज अ स्पिरिचुअल क्वेस्ट,
हम्म,
मैंने कहा ना गुरु जी मुझे, यू नो Now the question is that always he would say one thing, मैं सबसे पहले तुम्हारी लाइफ देता हूँ, फिर तुम्हारी हेल्थ प्लेस करता हूँ. And this is what he told me one day. He called me to the बड़ा मंदिर, 2002 की 1 की बात है. He called me simply because मैं कुछ बात करती नहीं थी. मेरी यही कॉन्वर्सेशन गुरुजी के साथ होती थी. तो मुझे एक दिन गुरुजी ने बड़े मंदिर बुलाया. और I don't want to say this, but he spoke about somebody and he said, मैं ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ blessing ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਬਹੁਤ ego ਸੀਗੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ blessing ਦਿੱਤੀ. Correct? This is what he said to me. And after that he told me one thing. He said, ਤੂੰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ, ऊपर वाले ने सारियां नु बंबल केरेज पाया होया. करवाने वाले भी वही हैं, दिमाग में भी वही चीजें वही डालते हैं, like what you are saying. ठीक है ना? दिमाग, we have a free will. दिमाग तो हमने अपना यूज करना है ना, कि हमने कौन सा रास्ता. देखो, गुरुजी डायरेक्शन देंगे, अगर हम उनको फॉलो करेंगे, we'll go on the right path. और
गुरमत
अगर हम
बहुत
अपना,
जरूरी है आंटी, गुरमत बहुत जरूरी है.
हाँ, और अगर हम अपना दिमाग यूज करेंगे तो then we can take wrong decisions in life, ना? Correct? So you know what he said to me? He said, ऊपर वाले ने सारियां नु बंबल केरेज पाया होया. हाँ? And he says की है, खानियां ते 2 रोटियां ने ना. He told me, मेरे को ला जा, मैं दे देंगा. This is what he said to me. And I thought to myself, I said, my God, what a guru. कितना सोचते हैं, है ना? और इतना प्यार उन्होंने दिया. I tell you, Aarti, he would often tell me, मैं तेरे परिवार नाल बहुत प्यार करता. क्यों बोला उन्होंने ये? Because मेरी family, my children were so devoted to him. We loved him, and the guru also sees. वो नहीं देखते कि हम क्या सोच रहे हैं, हमारी क्या सोच है. हम मुंह से कुछ बोलेंगे, अंदर हमारे कुछ और है. हमारा गुरु जानता है ना. पर जो हम उनसे मांगेंगे सच्चे दिल से, वो जरूर देंगे. कदम हमने बढ़ाना है, गुरु ने नहीं बढ़ाना है. पहला कदम हमारा है, 100 कदम गुरु के हैं. हम कहते हैं ना, कृपा उनकी होनी चाहिए, पर हमारी भी तो सोच सही होनी चाहिए ना, कि गुरुजी हमारे को इस रास्ते पे डालो. गुरुजी मेहर करो हमारे पे, हमारी सोच सीधी हो. गुरुजी हम आपके रास्ते पे चलें. दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट ऑल्सो ना. अगर हम कहें सब कुछ हमारा गुरु करेगा, फिर हम क्या कर रहे हैं? Then what are we doing?
नहीं, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी तो दोनों तरफ की है ना. गुरु तो इतना
दोनों
कुछ
तरफ
नहीं
की.
है, बट हमारी भी
हाँ
रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि हम गुरु को हाजिर नाजिर हर सिचुएशन में फ्रंट एंड
हाँ,
सेंटर.
बिल्कुल, एब्सोल्युटली
And God knows what
एब्सोल्युटली.
Guruji used to see, because I always felt like he was very fond of my father, and he would often say that
हाँ, एब्सोल्युटली. We
कि तू
have
मेरा
very fond
यही कर जा.
memories of him.
But he
Very
told my
fond
mother
memories. हाँ
this,
जी.
कि तू
अच्छा.
सारे परिवार दा कल्याण करा गई है. This is what he said to my mother, not to
ओ,
my mother.
अच्छा, ओके.
Yes.
हाँ
So
हाँ हाँ. Because
God
see,
knows
we
what he
used to
sees.
say कि एक आदमी भी आपकी फैमिली का आएगा, सबको
Yeah.
ब्लेसिंग्स मिलेगी. एंड
Yeah.
ये लेडीज हैं जो अपने पूरी फैमिली के लिए मांगती हैं. He used to say that, no?
Yeah, he used to say that. He
There are
used to say that.
women who love me from the core of their heart.
Yes.
He
Yes.
used to say that, and
आदमी
that is
दिमाग
so correct.
लगाते हैं, औरत दिल से याद
दिल
करती
से
है.
प्यार करती है
Yeah,
गुरु को.
yeah, yeah.
So I always say one thing, never lose hope in life, because मैं हमारा गुरु बैठा है, हमारे को पल पल वॉच कर रहे हैं.
Guruji
पल
is
पल.
life, auntie. Guruji is
Yeah,
life, right? Guruji to,
absolutely.
you
I'll
know.
share one satsang with you. I'll share one satsang with you. You
जी.
know, when Guruji took Mahasamadhi, like I said, my experiences uh, got over after he took Mahasamadhi. Now, what happened was the day he had told me in 2004, he blessed us. I've shared this many times. He blessed us with the divine prasad. He gave us the divine prasad and he told me, मैं 10 साल बाद तेनू दसांगा मैं तेरे परिवार वास्ते की कीता. So the same year, now I knew, because मुझे किसी ने बोला था मेरी लाइफ छोटी है. तो जब गुरुजी ने वो बोला तो एकदम मेरे माइंड में आया कि नहीं, ये जो 10 साल कह रहे हैं, It covers my life, that span. So he's giving me a new life. और मैंने उसी टाइम गुरुजी को बोला, मैं क्या गुरुजी मैं जानती हाँ तुसी मैनू लाइफ दे रहे हो, I told him. And I still remember that after that, in the same year, we were, I went to Empire Estate in the afternoon. And I often share this, Saini uncle and auntie were there. And, हम बात करते हैं बहुत बार आरती एस्ट्रोलॉजर्स की, राइट? गुरुजी मना करते थे कि एस्ट्रोलॉजर्स के पास नहीं जाओ. क्यों बोलते थे? हाँ, क्यों बोलते थे? देखो, सब कुछ हम जब शिव पुराण पढ़ते हैं, वी नो ग्रह हैं, पूरी सृष्टि के कर्ता वो हैं, सब कुछ उन्होंने क्रिएट किया, ग्रह भी उनके ही हैं, राइट? एंड उस दिन उन्होंने मेरे साथ शेयर किया गुरुजी ने कि पहले अंकल ने मुझे बताया गुरुजी के ग्रहों के बारे में, अबाउट हिज शनि, अबाउट हिज बृहस्पति, अबाउट हिज बुध. उतनी देर में ये भृगु के पास गुरुजी ने उनको बोला मेरा टेवा ले जा. उसके बाद आई रिमेम्बर ऊपर से अम्मा जी आई फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट फ्लोर एंड शी टोल्ड मी आपको गुरुजी ऊपर बुला रहे हैं. तो मैं ऊपर गई एंड गुरुजी मालिश, उनका उस टाइम पे दिन का टाइम था, मालिश करवाते थे, घी की मालिश करवा रहे थे. तो मेरे को साथ खड़ा कर लिया, कहते मालिश कर. देन these are his ways of giving you, telling you कि I'm not going to be there very long. ठीक है? तो मुझे फिर कहते हैं तेनू सैनी ने दसिया, मुझे कहते हैं मेरा शनि 99.7% है. गुरुजी टोल्ड मी, कहते मेरे कहन नाल सूर्य उदय होंदा है ते अस्त होंदा है. हाँ, एंड देन ही सेड मेरा बृहस्पति कोई नहीं ते कहंदे मेरा बुध कोई नहीं ते मेरा विआह नहीं होया, मेरा बृहस्पति कोई नहीं, मेरा कोल पैसा कोई नहीं. एंड फाइनली ही टेल्स मी कि तेनू पता है उन्होंने की क्या है, मेरी जिंदगी बहुत छोटी है. 2004 गुरुजी said this to me. Now I'm doing his सेवा, मेरी आंखें बंद है, मेरी आंखें बंद होती थी, मैं सेवा करते हुए भी पहली पौड़ी का पाठ करती थी. तो when he said that to me, मैं बोलती रही नहीं नहीं गुरुजी की कह रहे हो गुरुजी, you know why? Because a couple of months earlier, in the month of February, just after महाशिवरात्रि, गुरुजी ने हमारे को डिवाइन प्रसाद दिया था और बोला था 10 साल बाद मैं दसांगा मैं की कीता. तो मेरे माइंड में गया ह्यूमन बीइंग्स, मेरे माइंड में आया भी गुरुजी 10 साल तो कहीं नहीं जाएंगे, गुरुजी तो 10 साल उन्होंने मुझे बोला है. अब वो सुन के मैं बोलती रही नहीं नहीं गुरुजी, नहीं नहीं गुरुजी की कह रहे हो. 2006 गुरुजी सितंबर और अक्टूबर, आई डोंट रिमेम्बर, वन डे मुझे बोलते हैं कि मैं जा रहा हूं, मैं जा रहा. सो आई केप्ट सेइंग गुरुजी किथे जा रहे हो, मैं जा रहा. 2-3 बार भी मैंने बोला, मैंने कहा गुरुजी कहाँ जा रहे हो. तो देन ही टेल्स मी, गुरुजी टेल्स मी कि मैं पंजाब जा रहा. आई केप्ट टेलिंग हिम, मैं क्या गुरुजी, पहले तो कुछ नहीं बोले, पहले मुझे कहते हैं, मैंने कहा गुरुजी साडा की होएगा. तो मुझे कहते हैं कि तेनू मैं अपने नाल लेके जावांगा, ही टोल्ड मी. फिर कहते हैं मैं पंजाब जा रही हूँ. He just change the topic. After 2 minutes he tells me, looks at me and he says कि तू मेरे नाल telepathically गल कीता कर. And Aarti, I thought I used to, like I told you, telepathy तो मैं करती थी, बाबा के साथ भी करती थी. मेरे माइंड में आया, मैंने कहा मैं गुरुजी को every day I'm with him, गुरुजी कुछ ना कुछ बातें तो गुरुजी करते थे, मैं जवाब देती थी. मैंने कहा गुरुजी कुछ ना कुछ पूछते रहते हैं, मैं बोलती रहती हूँ, मुझे टेलीपैथी की क्या जरूरत है. But that telepathy, when he took Mahasamadhi in 2007, I still remember that was the last experience I had with him on that particular day of his Mahasamadhi. We were all distraught. I was sitting outside. तो अंदर उन्होंने बोला 10 मिनट गुरुजी के लिए प्रे करो. And I was crying. I said, गुरुजी, आपने मुझे बोला था आप मुझे साथ लेके जाओगे. आप
Mm,
कहाँ चले गए गुरुजी? मुझे आप
mm,
अपने साथ लेके जाओ. मुझे आप दिखाओ आप कहाँ पे.
mm,
I kept crying. That is the last experience I had of the tunnels. You know, itni speed se he took me through the tunnels,
mm,
and it emerged into a white light and a jyot. And immediately मेरे mind में आया गुरुजी तो ज्योत में समा गए.
mm,
And I still remember हमने 8-9 दिन गुरुजी के स्वरूप के आगे ज्योत जलाई. And after that एक मैसेज आया. How he authenticates. एक मैसेज आया कि बापूजी कह रहे हैं कि गुरुजी कहते हैं मैं ज्योत में समा गया हूं, सब अपने घर में ज्योत जलाओ.
yeah,
So this was the last experience, such experience I had with him. And I don't know how long our conversation, because after that it was just a soul connection. You know,
beautiful.
then he told me कि मेरे नाल, you know, now this is, since it's Roohani JustuJu, I would say mind, body, and soul has to be aligned with him. This is
Yes.
our connection that should be with him now. कोई स्वरूप नहीं. गुरुजी कहते हैं मेरे स्वरूप के साथ प्यार नहीं करो, मेरी मेरी soul के साथ जोड़ो. Be one with me, with my soul. So
Mm,
now it is, and my first darshan of Guruji after his Mahasamadhi was in his soul form that he showed me.
beautiful.
He came in that form to me, and he
So,
showed that he was sitting on his gati. And it was just about a couple of days after his Mahasamadhi.
wow.
So there's been no looking back. We know he's sitting there. He's not gone anywhere. We all know it. हम सब जानते हैं कि गुरु
बिल्कुल.
हमारे साथ हैं, पल पल हमारे साथ हैं. So,
And what's your daily routine today with Guruji, if any?
see, I'll tell you what. Daily routine kya hai? 24/7. It is just Guruji
Right.
at the back of my mind, you know. And I love doing his mahima. Love doing his mahima. I can go on non-stop. You
Yes.
know, literally they have to stop me. Okay, ji, ab itna time ho gaya. I can just go on and on and on, because he's the one who makes me speak today.
Yeah.
And I know whatever I share are all his thoughts, whatever he wants me to share.
And the heart yearns for more. But I know you said it's a Sunday evening for you. So one last question, and this is more from a place of vulnerability and inner curiosity. Um,
Anji.
and it's a little hypothetical, but
Mm-hmm.
because it came to my mind, I'm going to ask that if Auntie Guruji were to walk in today,
Yeah.
is there one question or any question that you would ask of him that you've not asked in the past?
Nothing at all.
Okay.
Nothing at all. I still
Okay.
remember one day he asked me, Monkey Mangdi.
Yes.
I tell you, my guru knows that
Mm,
from day one. Yes, I did ask him, but for
mm.
his blessings and for all my spiritual quest.
Right, right.
And even today, my guru knows that I only want to be in his charan sharan. And I always pray to him for one thing, Aarti, that when it is time for me to go, you told me you'll take me with you.
Yes.
And whenever it is my time to go, I
Mm.
just want to go in his charan sharan. That's all
Yes,
I
be
want.
with
That's
you,
all I want.
reunite with you. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. And I remember like occasionally and very randomly, Guruji would say things like, and again, you've probably met my mom, and my mom is not a public speaker at all. Like as much as my
yeah,
dad was, my
yeah,
mom
yeah.
literally freeze up, like जैसे कि गले में ही आवाज हो जाए ना और निकलनी नहीं.
हाँ हाँ
Very,
जी,
very
हाँ जी.
quiet person.
हम्म
And
हम्म हम्म हम्म.
one day he just told her to stand up and share satsang. And that was
अच्छा.
the very first satsang sharing in our family, even prior to my dad. And
Okay.
I remember she was so
Mhm.
uncomfortable. She froze and she mumbled something about her sugar. And internally she
Oh,
explained to Guruji that Guruji, आज तो मैंने कर दिया आपका हुक्म था. इसके बाद से आप हमेशा चंदर को ही बोलना. And sure enough, as
अच्छा.
if Guruji heard that,
हाँ,
and he told this to her that
हाँ जी.
what did he say? Punjabi में he said, आज गुरुआं दी मौज आई है, मंग की मंगना है. Something like that.
हाँ हाँ
And
हाँ
you
हाँ
know, much to her good fortune, she just said कि गुरुजी आप आपकी blessings चाहिए सब पे. That's
हाँ.
all.
Correct, correct, correct. That's what we seek, yeah. That's
So
all
as
we
you're
want.
sharing, I'm reminded of those moments that how
Yeah, correct.
gracious and how
Yeah.
magnanimous our Guruji is.
Absolutely, absolutely. No one like him. No
Yeah.
one like him.
I think there's been a minor technical glitch, so we will reconnect back with Auntie, but it has been a very fulfilling, a very engaging conversation, and I feel like we all have something to take back and learn from. And with Guruji's Agya, we will reconnect again soon. Anantam Shukrana Guruji ka, Anantam Shukrana Hamare Shrotagano ka. Om Namah Shivaya.